So today we're just going to do a short little flight that's local to me from around Long Beach to Orange County. So let's get started. So first we're going to turn on the electric master here. We are going to turn on the fuel pumps, avionics master, and engine on, and then we are going to start the engine. Perfect, so our engine started now. We are going to put on the taxi lights. Strobe lights will put on when we are in the air. And let's get clearance from our tower.
Torrance ground Alex Air 1337 IFR to John Wayne, ready to copy.
Alex Air 1337 is cleared to John Wayne Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 29 right climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.2 squawk 5337.
So yeah, we're taking off from Torrance and we are going to John Wayne Airport in Orange County.
Alex Air 1337 cleared to John Wayne Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 29 right climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Departure on 127.2 squawk 5337.
Alex Air 1337 read back correct. Contact ground on 120.9. Good day.
Alright, so now we're going to ask for a taxi route.
Torrance ground Alex Air 1337 with Oscar ready to taxi IFR.
Alex Air 1337 taxi to and hold short of runway 29 right via taxiway Golf Delta cross runway 11 right Delta Charlie. Contact tower on 124.0 when ready.
Okay, so they asked me to climb to 5,000 feet right after departure, so I set that right here in the altitude setting. When I take off, I will turn on autopilot, and it will set my altitude accordingly. So I'm going to acknowledge the taxi clearance.
Hold short runway 29 right via taxiway Golf Delta cross runway 11 right Delta Charlie Alex Air 1337.
Alright, so now we are ready to taxi. So I'm going to take the parking brake off. There you go. And I am going to increase a little bit of throttle and turn around here so we can face the taxiway. That guy right there with the pushback tug, I don't need a pushback, so I'm not going to bother. This isn't a huge plane. I don't know what this guy's just doing standing here, but right in the middle of the taxiway. We can get around him easily, though. So let's get onto the taxiway here. Make sure there's no one coming. Tower would tell me, but I like to make sure. And we can start our taxi to the runway. And they asked us to hold short, which means they want me to get to the runway right before the start, and they want me to contact the tower to ask for takeoff clearance. Going a little too fast here, but that's just because I don't want to bore you guys with taxiing forever, like in real life. trying to keep it under 30 knots here, because that's a little too fast for the ground. I don't want to overshoot a turn like right here. Like I almost did right there. Okay, so we're almost at the runway here. So right here at these lines, I'm going to hold short, and I'm going to tune to the tower here. And I'm going to ask
Torrance Tower, Alex Air
clearance to take off.
1337, ready for IFR departure, runway 29er right. Alex Air 1337, altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2, wind 257 at 7. Cleared for takeoff, runway 29er right.
Okay, so they gave me clearance. I'm going to acknowledge that clearance.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 29er right, Alex Air 1337.
I'm going to line myself up on the runway. Just going to put the parking brake on for a second, just so I can make sure my flaps are in the takeoff position. There you go. So flaps are in the takeoff position. They are right here. So this right here is landing, takeoff, and just up when you're flying. So I'm going to put it in the takeoff position, and we're ready to take off. So I'm going to take off the parking brake. Give full throttle. I don't know why I jumped there. I guess the runway isn't completely smooth in Flight Simulator. And right about now I'm going to roll and take off. There we go. So, at this point, I'm just going to get the plane up to a certain altitude, and then I am going to go over here, and I am going to turn on autopilot onto navigation, and I'm going to set the altitude. It's already set at 5,000. The vertical speed I will set to 1,200 feet.
1337, contact SoCal departure on 127.2.
At 5,000 feet, and I'm going to set the vertical speed to 1,500 feet per minute. And I'm going to set the navigation on.
Alex Air 1337, did you hear my last transmission?
Yes, I heard you.
Going to 127.2, Alex Air 1337.
Alright, so I finally figured out our autopilot issue. They changed around something on this Garmin system, so I just had to tinker around a bit, and it works now. So autopilot, as you can see, it's steering by itself. That's Santa Monica over there. It's a nice morning flight. Good weather. So we are at 5,000 feet, just like ATC asked us to be. And I'm going to tune to SoCal departure.
SoCal departure, Alex Air 1337 is passing 5,000 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Alex Air 1337, SoCal departure, altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2, continue to limbo as planned. Alex Air 1337 descend and maintain 3,400 feet.
Oh, that's weird. So they wanted me to
Descend
go up
and
to
maintain
5,000 feet.
3,400 feet, Alex Air
And now they want me to
1337.
descend, so I'm gonna 3,400 feet. Alright, I'm gonna set that there. My vertical speed I am going to set to ascend at 1,000 feet per minute. Nice smooth flying over the California coast here. Heading into the sunset. And that right there is the airport that we took off from, Torrance. And over there in the distance by the coast, near Santa Monica, you can see LAX. So we're at 3,400 feet, passing over the port of LA now. And Long Beach port as well. And over there in the distance, I don't know if it's quite rendered in yet, but you can see the Queen Mary actually docked over there. Right about there, I think. That's the Queen Mary right there. Right there, I think, is the Long Beach Airport to our left. And I think we're about halfway down our journey here. Let's turn the range a little out and see where we're at on our flight plan. So yeah, we're about halfway.
You are 16 miles northwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 20 right approach via Fader transmission. Cleared to Fader.
So we are almost to the waypoint Kute. And at that waypoint, we're about halfway to our journey. And we're landing here at KSNA. Just gonna put the range back in a little bit.
Alex Air 1337 acknowledge. Last transmission.
Oh, sorry, I ignored her.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 20 right approach via Sager transition. Cleared to Sager, Alex Air 1337.
It's the LA River down there, I think. The canal. And it is absolutely never that full of water because of the drought currently. Here I am passing over another airfield. Down there you can see the Highway 1 right here. Heading into, I think, Huntington Beach? Or maybe, yeah, Huntington Beach and then Newport Beach. So yes, Huntington Beach is right around here. You can see the pier right there, the point of the pier. There's a factory near the coast as well. Not a factory, I think a power generation station. And then right over here is Huntington Beach. Down there you can see the 405 highway. Telling us that we are low fuel in our left tank, so we can start the fuel transfer right here.
Alex Air 1337, contact SoCal approach on 121.3. Good day.
So yeah, we are almost to our airport here, so we're going to contact SoCal approach, like she said.
121.3, Alex Air 1337. SoCal approach, Alex Air 1337, 3,400 feet.
Alex Air 1337, SoCal approach, altimeter 29.902, continue to Sager as planned.
Okay. So sometimes they don't tell me what altitude I have to be at, so I might have to do this manually some altitude. So if we look, the airport is right about here. I'm going a bit to the north. Or so the southeast I'm heading a little bit right now just to get a better approach to the runway. So the tower's not telling me what altitude I have to be at, so right now I'm going to go down to 2,500 feet. Descend at 1,500 feet per minute. And there is live.
Alex Air 1337, you are 500 feet below your assigned altitude.
Yeah, I know, because you didn't tell me what altitude I have to be at, so.
Altimeter 29.902. United 562 SoCal approach, altimeter 29.902, continue as planned.
So as I was saying, United Airlines they called, so there is real-world traffic in this game, so real-world flights will land and air traffic control will try to slot you in between those flights, but sometimes it's not good. As you can see, they want me to be
Alex Air 1337, acknowledge last transmission.
They want you to be 4,000 feet up when you're half a mile from the airport, so sometimes you have to do this yourself.
Alex Air 1337, climb and maintain 2,800 feet.
So now they want me to be at 2,800 feet, but as you can see, I'm facing the runway basically, and And I need to be at about 1,500 feet now.
Alex Air 1337, please acknowledge.
Yeah.
Climb and maintain 2,800 feet. Alex Air 1337.
Alex Air 1337, you are 3 miles northeast of John Wayne. Contact John Wayne Tower on 128.35 when inbound on the approach.
So they're always very late because I'm already on the approach.
Alex Air 1337. John Wayne Tower, Alex Air 1337,
So
3 miles
I'm going
northeast
to
inbound ILS runway 20 right approach. Tower on 128.35 Alex Air
John Wayne Tower.
1337.
Altimeter 29.9 2 and 257
So at this
7.
point I'm going to turn my flaps to landing. I might have to go around here because I'm a very steep approach here. But I'm gonna...
Alex Air 1337, wind 257 at 7. Caution the generic landing runway 20 left.
I'm not going too fast. I'm gonna try to do this because I don't want to...
Cleared to land runway 20 right Alex Air 1337.
I don't want to have to go around. Yeah, I'm a pretty good slope. But as you can see, they told me to contact the tower when I was already on the approach about 1 mile from landing, so the ATC needs to be a little faster in this game. But I'm good for a smooth landing here, I think. It's a little windy. There you go. No, that was a bumpy landing, but it's because I couldn't set myself up for a good approach because they were so late on handing me over to the tower. So I'm going to contact the ground here when they tell me to.
Alex Air 1337, turn next taxiway.
Okay, so turn next taxiway, and then they will ask me to contact ground so that I can
Alex
get a
Air
parking space.
1337, contact ground on 132.25.
Okay, so I'm going to contact
Going to
ground,
132.25 Alex Air 1337.
and I'm going to request taxi to parking.
John Wayne, ground Alex Air 1337 taxi to parking.
Alex Air 1337 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Delta Alpha Echo Cross runway 20 right Echo Bravo.
Taxiing to general aviation parking
Okay,
via
so
taxiway
now I have a
Delta
taxi
Alpha
route.
Echo Cross runway 20 right Echo Bravo Alex Air 1337.
And they're going to take me across the other side of the runway. Hopefully there's no traffic coming. They would tell me if there was, but with their performance, I don't really trust them right now. So make sure there's no other planes landing. We're good. And our parking
Alex Air
space.
1337, hold position, caution, other traffic.
Other traffic, they say, so there you go.
Alex Air 1337, continue taxi.
Okay, continue taxi. Well, see, there's another car coming, so I can't really continue taxi. And then there's a bus right there, so that's not very accurate.
Alex Air 1337, did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, I heard you. So he's gonna guide me in here. And tell me to stop. There you go. Yeah, I acknowledged you.
Roger, Alex Air
And we are
1337.
here. John Wayne Airport. Not Bob Hope. Bob Hope is in Burbank. So we're here at John Wayne in Orange County, and we can go ahead and turn our aircraft off. So engine can be off, fuel pumps off. There you go, prop stops, and then we can turn the avionics off. And that's our flight right there. 25-minute flight from Torrance to John Wayne Airport in, I think, Irvine.